Welcome everybody back to the video. This is going to be one of the first videos that I've actually posted related to gaming in a few days, just simply because I always take the weekends off, and yesterday I posted a Halloween special thank you video. It's been roughly a year since I started YouTube, so with all of that gobbledygook out of the way, we are going to get right back into what this channel is based around, which is gaming news and gaming information. And today, simply because I am still super into the Halloween mood. A lot of people really have that leftover Halloween still in them. You know what I mean, right? Because of all of that, we are going to actually be talking about my top 5 games that I'm looking forward to in the horror genre in 2017. Now, there are a few videos out there about this already, but I've really nitpicked a lot of the more strange type horror games, ones that are still on Kickstarter, ones that are still to be determined when it comes to release date, but they're all really super speculated for 2017, and 2018 would be way too late for these people to release them. And I've got a really good list here for you guys today, so please stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to get right into my top 5 horror games that I'm looking forward to in 2017. Now, the first one that we're going to be talking about is this game called Agony. Now, Agony it's taking some of the original ideas when it comes to horror games, and it's kind of twisting it a little bit. So what you have to do, and as the player in this game, is you have to escape this hellish type place by gathering information from other weak-minded demons and beings, and try to really form a story yourself in order to be able to escape this demonic land, so to say. It kind of reminds me of Shadows of Mordor a little bit, where you have to get information from these other orcs in Shadows of Mordor, but in this game, you need to gather information from these other demonic creatures by picking out the weak-minded ones and trying to just build up your own story on what's really going on in the game in order to escape, which is somewhat interesting because a lot of games nowadays, they'll set you in a house, or they'll set you in some sort of demented / insane person's mind and trying to get you to escape this house. Whereas in Agony, they're really trying to get you to escape this super fictional place of this demonic world, which I find really interesting. And actually the graphics in this game look really, really nice for a game that's still in development. So I'm super excited for this one, guys. We're gonna move on to number 2 here. The next game is based on questions again. This one is called Works of Mercy. Works of Mercy is based on a completely tragic event that really destroyed this person's psychological health. And what you need to do along with somebody else is you need to ask dramatic questions to kind of form a story once again to really find out who is the person doing this, who's the tormentor in this. And I find this one really interesting, but it's really picking a lot from original types of horror games where it's a first-person view. You're able to pick stuff up, you're able to throw stuff. It's still in development, and this one is still on Kickstarter, but they've already surpassed their goal by thousands of dollars. So I really expect this one to actually come out in 2017, but I really recommend you guys look up this game. It is so interesting to watch some of the trailers about it. Listen to the audio of the people speaking, and the actual words that are spoken in this game are really, really cool, and I really recommend you looking into it a lot. This is one of the ones that I'm looking forward to most. For some reason, it just gives off a really good horror vibe when it comes to games, and games that are coming out in 2017 that are still in development on Kickstarter. So really recommend you look into this one, guys. The next game that we're going to be talking about, number 3 here, is called Get Even. Now, Get Even has not a lot of information really released about it yet, but there is a lot of speculation when it comes to this game, and because the game is so far into development, they have a lot of really, really great screenshots of this game. It shows a lot of promise. Now, when it comes to what people are kind of speculating that this game is going to be about, people are saying that it's really drawing a lot of information from Silent Hill. Now, if you don't know what Silent Hill is, again, it's a psychological dual reality type game. And that game did so well for itself that when people are starting to pick apart what they're really seeing with this game, it shows a lot of promise. Now, I know I don't have a lot of information when it comes to a lot of these titles, but that's because I'm trying to pick things that are not really talked about too much, like Outlast 2 and all of that, where there's so much information and it's a huge publisher that there's just information so vast that you can pretty much pick apart the entire game before it's released. This one is really, really interesting, and there's a lot of wiki information about it. There's a lot of stuff like that people write in, so I'm not going to try to expand on things that those people are saying just because the developers haven't said them yet. So a very Silent Hilly type game, and I will show a lot of screenshots here so you can get the atmosphere as well, but this is something that I am really, really interested in as well. And number 4 here is a game called Scorn. Scorn, again, doesn't have too much information on it yet, but if you look at it, it's very psychological again, where an individual, the player, is thrown into a world that they know absolutely nothing about. The game is made where as you progress, you get information, you get special weapons, you get all of this stuff to really try to figure out how to escape this area. Every area in this game, they say, controls its own story. So this game, because it's taking so long to develop, there is so much information that you need to find because they put so much information into the game for you to find. I really like that idea where these smaller developers are creating something that is so in-depth that a horror game usually takes a very short amount of time to complete. But if you're putting different stories and different things in each setting, in each room, that's going to really increase the playability of this game, and that's something that I'm all for. I like the open world type where you can play tremendous amounts of hours without getting bored, and that really doesn't exist in horror games that much. And because they're trying their best to do that with this game, I'm really excited for it. And the final game that I want to talk about today, guys, is Alison Road. Now, Alison Road has a lot of speculation behind it. The game has been deleted, the game has been said it's not going to come out, then it said that it's going to come out again, and because of that, it shows that there's actually people that are really, really interested in this. People are starting to back it, people are starting to actually get really into it because the concept of this game is really, really cool. The entire game is based around you waking up without any knowledge of prior events happening. So you wake up at a late hour and you need to start putting together puzzles to what happened to your family. You really need to figure out the whereabouts of your family, and they give you 5 nights to do this. I wonder where that came from. The goal of the game is to do that. You find information about your family, but there's a lot of very heavy horror in this house, and you're trying to work towards the 3 a.m. marker. Now, I don't know what that means. Technically, 3 a.m. is the witching hour, and I don't know if that means that you automatically die when the clock strikes 3 a.m. Alison Road has a lot of information behind it, and trying to figure out information on your family when you wake up completely not knowing anything what happened while fighting off some of these very demonic spirits in the house while you try to find information on your family is something that it fits very well with horror. So I'm really excited about this one. Let me know what you guys think about this one. There are so many people that have so many stories and information and what's the word I'm looking for? Rumors to really back this up, that it shows a lot of interest. And when something gets shown this much interest, there is a large backing, and that backing really translates into a very, very good gaming experience. So let me know what you guys think about all of these games. I hope you liked the video today. Leave a like, leave a subscription. It really, really does help me out, guys. I will see you all later.